Okay, we've all done it. You see that ad on TV or online with the side-by-side pictures, a before and an after. The before has this girl with thin, dry, frizzy hair, and the after has the same girl with these long, thick, luscious locks. Of course you want to try it. You would be silly not to. The problem is, a lot of these supplements and products just don't do the trick. You try it for a month, sometimes you've spent an absurd amount of money, and there's no improvement in your hair at all. So frustrating. Stick with me through this video for some real hair growth tips and to bust some hair growth myths. Well, this is a topic near and dear to my heart. About 2 years ago, I started to notice my hair thinning like crazy. The ends were breaking, it wasn't growing, the color started to change, and it really affected how I was feeling about myself. We're so affected by how we see ourselves in the mirror, and for me, this was a big deal. I've spent the last year trying different products, doing the research, and working on my own hair, and I'm excited to share all of that info with you today. Let's push past that great marketing tactic and see what really will help with your thinning, brittle, and receding hair. In this video, I'm going to highlight common reasons for hair loss, what you should look for on product labels to get real change, and we're going to bust some myths of commonly used ingredients for hair. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Tiffany Zugin. I am a naturopathic doctor in the GTA and a member of the Vitamart educational team. And today, I'm so excited to talk about something I very commonly see in my practice, as well as something I've struggled with myself. Hair loss. It can be such a blow to our self-confidence when we aren't satisfied with what we see in the mirror. And for me at least, hair is a huge part of that. Now, there are many different types and patterns of hair loss. In this video, we're focusing on the hair loss scattered throughout the scalp or hair thinning. If you're missing chunks, this is a different concern. And if you're experiencing male pattern baldness, this is a different concern. So you're not missing chunks of hair, and your hair loss isn't the classic male pattern baldness or receding of the hairline. It's important to mention that things like chemicals we apply to our hair can cause damage. There's also something called traction alopecia, a fancy term for having your hair slicked back into a tight ponytail, which pulls on the hair follicle and can cause hair loss or receding of the hairline. These are things that may benefit from the treatments we discuss in this video, in addition to just the general hair loss and hair thinning we are targeting. First, let's talk about the reasons you might be experiencing thinning hair or hair loss, so we can identify if you're someone who really should invest in some supplements or products, or whether you need to dig a bit deeper with your naturopathic doctor. Our hair is very susceptible to hormonal influence, so let's start there. Some major hormones in the body that impact hair growth are prolactin, cortisol, and the thyroid hormones. So, what does this mean? Well, cortisol is our stress hormone. So when we experience stress, either short-term or long-term, we see the impact in our hair. And no, it's not necessarily right away. The life cycle of our hair is such that it can take at least 2 to 6 months to see changes. Prolactin is a hormone that's secreted postpartum, or when your thyroid is underactive, or if there's something affecting your pituitary gland. And when prolactin levels increase, it slows or stops hair growth. So, for all of you postpartum ladies, this could be a major reason for your hair loss. I'm not going to be focusing on addressing postpartum hair loss in this video. This is something you can address individually with your healthcare provider or naturopathic doctor. The thyroid hormones are our metabolic hormones, and they are not only a factor in hair growth independently, but the thyroid is also impacted by both prolactin and cortisol that we already talked about. So it's like a double whammy effect for your hair. If your thyroid is underfunctioning, if your stress hormone cortisol is high, or if your prolactin is high, you'll experience hair loss. Each of these hormones can, of course, be checked through blood work. Other reasons you might be experiencing hair changes could be chronic infections, allergies, diabetes, iron or zinc deficiencies, inflammatory conditions of the skin like eczema, eating disorders or dietary changes, which can impact your nutrition profile. It could also be related to medications you're on or recent major surgeries. With all of these changes and the hormones we discussed before, we can see changes to dry hair, less growth, and more hair loss, as well as changes in the quality or the shape of the hair too. The first thing you must do if you're really struggling with severe or rapid hair loss is get these things checked. Your hair and nails can also be a great reflection of your nutritional status. Now, I am a naturopath, so my strategy for hair loss is always to figure out and address the underlying cause if there is one. This means being curious about your health, getting your thyroid hormones checked, getting your iron levels checked, getting your stress under control, and making sure you give the body what it needs through a healthy, nutrient-dense diet to stop hair loss from the root. Pun intended. Without addressing any of these issues, you're just taking supplements and using products to cover up an issue, and this doesn't always work, and it absolutely is not as effective. Having said that, if you're not quite there yet, or if you've already done that and you're in the clear, stay with me to learn what to look for in your hair support products. Okay, so again, what will work for you will depend on the underlying issue. Many of these popular hair, skin, and nail gummies are just glorified multivitamins. So frankly, if you're not eating well or if you're low in some nutrient, these can help, but not because they're anything magical. Not to mention, many of them are packed with tons of sugar. Taste great, trust me, I've tried them too, but there are more effective strategies. Key ingredients that may actually help hair growth are silicone, collagen, proteoglycans, vitamin D, and quercetin. Specific nutrients that tend to be in hair products include zinc, biotin, B vitamins, and vitamin E. Superdosing any of these on their own, which is what most of the leading hair gummy brands do, is unlikely to change anything for you. Sorry to burst the bubble. I want to walk you through choosing between two hair care supplements. One, a popular gummy. The other, a professional brand supplement targeting hair, skin, and nail support. The gummy has tons of biotin, 2,500 micrograms, which is 800% of your daily requirement, and a teensy-weensy bit of vitamin C and vitamin E. So what does this mean? It means you have expensive urine. Compare it to HSN Complete, stands for Hair, Skin, and Nails by Designs for Health. As I mentioned before, a lot of these hair care things are glorified multivitamins, and the Designs for Health supplement is no exception. There are a nice blend of all the key nutrients in here, biotin and zinc included. However, in contrast to a generic multivitamin, these nutrients are dosed very well. You get enough of each, and there are also a whole host of other ingredients they include to target each of the things we mentioned in the beginning, like inflammation, blood flow, etc. You get green tea extract in here, olive fruit extract, NAC, among many others. Again, all well dosed to target many different causes of hair loss in one capsule. A notable exception here would be thyroid support. There are some amazing thyroid support formulas containing B vitamins, zinc, and selenium, which can be hugely impactful in hair growth too. Now, I'm not saying don't take the gummy. They are delicious and they can work if you're lacking biotin, but that's the only reason they'll work. It's also important to note that any hair intervention will take about 2 to 6 months to start taking effect because of the hair life cycle I mentioned earlier. Double dosing a supplement doesn't mean it helps twice as fast, and doing 20 different things doesn't mean it happens 20 times as fast. However, it would be devastating to start something and do it for 3 months and then find out it's not helping with the reason you are experiencing hair loss. Okay, so what are my recommendations? 1, manage your stress. I would say this is the number one cause of hair loss I see in my practice. Whether this is through meditation or exercise or you need some supplement support, this is a good place to start. The AOR OrthoAdapt Vegan is a wonderful blend of herbs that support our cortisol pathways. Or you could start with the NFH B complex sap for some support. 2, try the at-home tips I talk about at the end of this video. 3, Investigate your thyroid with a naturopathic doctor like me or your healthcare provider. If you need some thyroid support, Designs for Health Thyroid Synergy or CanPrev Thyroid Pro are great options. 4. Optimize your diet to make sure you're getting enough vitamins, protein, and iron. You can also supplement with collagen and silicone. CanPrev has great options for both of these as liquids or capsules. It can be hit and miss with patients, but the silica definitely helped me. This is also where the supplements come in. Whether it's the Designs for Health HSN Complete or something like it, you can give it a go for 3 months. Here are my home care tips that helped me support my scalp and repair my hair. First, try massaging your scalp or brushing it gently to help stimulate the follicles. Second, don't let product, oil, or dirt build up on the hair. Wash it regularly, but not too often. This can be a common trigger for hair loss too. Your hair does not need to be washed daily, and sometimes not even every other day. Third, try alternating hot and cold water applied to your scalp. You can try this in the shower. This is a great way to stimulate blood flow, which brings nutrients required for growth. Fourth, try inversion poses with your head lower down, which again encourages blood flow to the area. Fifth, try acupuncture, chiropractic, and massage for lymph drainage and blood flow. Sixth, I know there are some awesome and very expensive hair masks out there, but for an at-home hack, try using castor oil as a base and add rosemary and peppermint essential oils, just a few drops of each, and apply this to your scalp for at least an hour or overnight. This really works. You can even try just the castor oil on your eyelashes. Seventh and last, choose a clean shampoo. It sounds ridiculous, but it truly makes a difference. I'm speaking from experience here. The junk that was in the shampoo I used to use, just a common brand you find at the grocery store, was making my hair fall out. I noticed a difference almost immediately when I made the switch to a clean shampoo. And there are tons of amazing ones available through the vitamart.ca website. I love the Now brand shampoo. There's also Green Beaver, an amazing and clean company with all sorts of hygiene products, and Pacifica, another brand that gives good results. Thanks for sticking with me through this video. It's a topic I am passionate about and I could go on all day. Hopefully you'll put into practice some of these at-home tips for hair support, as well as take a closer look at the labels on the next hair product you buy. You will no longer be a victim of great marketing without a great product to justify it. Again, I'm Dr. Tiffany Zugin. I'm a naturopathic doctor and a member of the Vitamart educational team. Let us know what your favorite clean shampoos are in the comments below. We want to hear about your hair care journey. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe below, and don't forget to let us know what topics you'd like to learn about in future videos.